Hello, I'm Mary Brett, the resident doer of things. Thank you for being here. At the Doers of Things, we intend to share conversations with you that demystify the creative process and humanize the journey, which are just fancy ways of saying we hope you get inspired to go out and do the things that bring you joy after hearing a fellow human share how and why they do what they do. We are all innate creators, curating our reality with every thought, word, and action. My guests all have different stories, backgrounds, and passions, but the one thing they hold in common is that they do the things that nurture the reality they want to live. They all just started somewhere and kept doing. Today, we're going to share a conversation had with my old high school buddy and fellow singer-songwriter Austin Gilliam. But first, I want to let you know that this is a value-for-value, pay-what-you-wish, give-what-you-can, free will investment model listening experience. That means you get to choose what you contribute in time, talent, and treasure to reflect the amount of value you get from listening to the Doers of Things. No donation is too small, and all donations help produce the show. Head over to thedoersofthings.com to learn more in the Donate tab. It's funny how life works out and how old friends come back around. Despite Austin Gilliam and I both finding ourselves post-high school as singer-songwriters still living in Texas, we sat down for this chat in Nashville, Tennessee before a gig he had on March 1st, 2023. After nearly 20 years of not seeing each other, it was great to catch up and learn how he's grown his career. Austin,
Hi, Mary.
It's been nearly 20 years.
Yeah.
We never saw each other after graduation. You're a year above me.
Yeah.
And then I never saw you again, I don't think.
I think we might have run into each other very briefly here and there, but it was definitely like few and far between, like over the years. Yeah, it's basically been 20 years since we've seen each other.
And yet here we are linking back up in Nashville, Tennessee. We're not even in Texas.
No.
We're not in our hometown of Corpus Christi. No. We're not in Music, Texas area. Yeah. Just cross paths. We're all the way in Nashville, which is a lot of fun.
Absolutely. You've been doing a lot, man. You've been traveling a lot over the years.
Well, you got to keep going until something sticks.
For sure.
You know?
I feel you.
Yeah. But we're here to talk about you. So let's talk about how you got here to Nashville on this tour. It seems like you've got some good sponsors lined up for you. You said this is the first time to bring a band out with you. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about this run.
Like I said, I've been coming out to Nashville, on my own since like 2016. Few and far between, trying to expand my career, and I finally got to a point where I wanted to bring a band out, and so I did the due diligence to make everything happen. And the sponsors that we found sponsored us in different ways, not always monetarily, but there's some really cool stuff that comes along with it. So Shiner Beer is one of our sponsors. They helped us out with some swag, and we got to throw out their name, and the optics are really cool for that.
Right.
And then we're sponsored by a hat shop back in San Antonio called Herb's Hat Shop.
Is that where you have that nice lid you have on your head right now?
Nice I got job. This one, and Clay and Tony both got some open roads as well.
Sweet.
So they traded us a show for our hats, which was really cool. And I was like, that's worth it. Even the guys were like, this is worth it. I was like, it was trying to do like an early Christmas present for the guys too, or like a late Christmas present as well, But
yeah, it really like a good piece like that's an investment,
Absolutely.
And that's worth the same amount you might have made like if you had money in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're really great people there. It's very small knit or close knit group of cats that work there under Brian and Kay, and so the whole team consists maybe of about 6 people.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it's really awesome.
Yeah,
definitely very, very down home.
Yeah,
so it's awesome.
And you're based in New Braunfels now.
Yes.
New Braunfels, Texas. Mm-hmm. For those that don't know, it's about an hour outside of Austin. We could say that
for sure.
How long have you been there now?
I've been in that area since 2006.
Okay.
And I lived in Austin for a little while. I lived in Kyle for a little bit, but I was basically spending all my time in New Braunfels still.
Yeah.
Just depended on, I got cheaper rent up there, but I got rent I can crash with whenever I'm down here. So it kind of worked itself out. So I basically say I've been in New Braunfels since 2006.
You like that scene has grown a lot in the last 5-10 years.
Mm-hmm. I still love it, and the growth is it's got its ups and downs. It's got its give and its take.
Yeah.
I don't let it bother me too much. It's still home, and it's still I got indoctrinated as a local quite a few years ago. So you know, it's like I still go to the old haunts that I will not be telling any of y'all about. Well, I'll tell Mary after she turns this off, but like, there's still stuff that we're going to keep to ourselves.
But we'll definitely throw out Redbird Listening Room, because that's the kind of growth we love to see.
Absolutely.
You know, some mom and pop, you know, type of thing, and of people from the area, not like somebody coming from outside to try to capitalize on what's happening. Like, that's their life already, you know? So that's a beautiful spot. I just recently got to go to the first time in December.
Yeah, I got to play there back in September, and Dallas Burrow is just a great guy, great artist, and what he's done with that is just a breath of fresh air.
It's
even
so
in New
nice.
Braunfels. So,
I met Dallas on the streets of New Orleans while I was busking.
Yeah.
Like a decade or something ago.
Yeah.
And he walks by with this like Mexican blanket poncho thing.
Mm-hmm. I remember when he used to wear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he stopped and we chatted, and then found out we were both from Texas, you know, and then I went to some party he was having, and then just like never saw him again until I went to the Redbird in December. It was like, hey, do you remember we met on these streets? That's when we were both drinking. He doesn't drink anymore, I don't drink anymore. But
I'll drink for both of you. It's fine.
There you go. You know, keep it up. So how has it been transitioning into being a frontman instead of solo? What is that like? How does that change, you know, the process for you at all?
I know what I'm asking my guys to do, or girls, whoever I hire to play. I know what I'm asking of them. And so I know what I've already been through what the horror stories that I don't want them to go through.
Right.
So I make sure to keep from putting my musicians into any sort of situation they might be uncomfortable in.
Yeah.
And it's about communication at that point. You got to make. I'm constantly with my guys like, hey, how y'all doing? What's up? What's going on? Y'all need anything? You know, what can I do?
Right.
And if they say all's good, then all is good. And if something's up, then we figure out what we need to do to make it better. And I still like being a guitar player at times.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to worry about singing and playing at the same time.
Right.
But it's definitely what I brought from being a sideman was playing guitar and being a harmony vocalist. I'm just singing melody now. So I'm like, okay, cool. I've done this already. And we roll as a 3-piece, and so that definitely helps out with space and economics and all that stuff. So I cover lead duties and melody vocals, if you want to call it that, or lead vocals.
Yeah.
And Tony plays bass and backing vocals, and then Clay's on drums, and it's a cool, tight-knit little outfit that we got going on. And
how long have the three of you guys been playing together?
I want to say pushing 2 years now.
Okay.
I would say I'd probably say around there. I could be wrong on the dates, but I'm pretty sure it's getting up there.
Is this the first time for y'all to pile in the van and go on the road together?
Yeah, because it's the first time I've had a van. Well, I mean, I used to have a Suburban a long time ago, and that was a band vehicle, but I didn't get a chance to really venture out this far, and just bought a van. Actually, the week before last, was it?
Yeah, I saw that post and I was like, "Oh, that's so exciting!"
Yeah, so we just got Sledgehammer Beef Stick Gilliam is his name, and so we call him Beef Stick for short. And he's back at our buddy's house that we're staying at, but I left him for the guys. But so we're learning that we can actually go inside on the road in a confined space for an extended period of time.
I mean, that's necessary. You could be on stage and everything click and everything is great, but if you don't all kind of travel the same way, that can be a deal breaker.
Absolutely.
You know, how do you decide who picks the tunes? What's that fight?
That's not really a fight. I have my phone plugged in. I have it set up, and I'm just putting on whatever I want to because I got a little holder mounted on the dash, so I can be looking at the screen, just kind of tap and still like be within quote unquote code, if you will. And so I just go to Spotify and I'll put on like whatever radio station I want to
Right.
hear or something, whatever band I want to listen
Does
to.
anyone get like a veto power, like one per route, where you can veto a song?
They don't really veto anything. Well, at least we haven't established that yet.
There yet.
But it's also like if they say, hey, let's put this one on, let's listen to this. I'll be like, all right, cool, and I'll just tap it in, or I'll give them the phone and they can tap it in. You know what I mean?
You gotta pick your battles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna fight them. I'm not gonna fight them for a 3 to 5 minute song whenever we're on the road for multiple hours at a time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they want to listen to the whole record, like, then fine. Like, why wouldn't I want to listen to rock and roll? As long as it's rock and roll, like, I'm okay. If it's something else that I'm
Katy
like,
Perry for a whole album?
I can't. I don't know if I'd be able to. I mean, I would give it the old college try, Mary. I would, but I'm not sure if I could. Actually, I don't mind Katy Perry's stuff. Some of it.
Yeah.
You know.
No one's wrong all the time. I love watching your posts about the songs that play at HEB. HEB is a grocery store in Texas, and
the grocery store in Texas.
It is the quintessential grocery store.
For all of you out
Texas.
there in internet land.
Yeah. If you go to Texas, go to an HEB when you need to do your grocery shopping.
It will change your life.
Yeah, and you've always got a handle. And some of the songs that you say that they're playing, I'm like, who's in charge of this playlist? That's amazing.
Absolutely.
How is this song on the HEB?
The store leaders change the playlist every week, and somebody different picks it. And so, ironically enough, there's only a small group of the store leaders that actually like country music.
Oh.
So a lot of times we'll throw on like an 80s pop station.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be like a rock and roll, as long as it's family friendly. Very rarely will there actually be country music played in HEB. As you can tell by my posts, like there's all kinds of, there's a whole like slew of diversity going on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun doing that because I've had a lot of people tell me that they only come to the HEB that I work at strictly because I'm posting about what's being played that day. So they're like, okay, I'm not going to be there for that song, but I'm going to make it for like for the vibe that this song is putting off. You know what I mean? So. Yeah.
How has it been having a straight man job and still working on the tunes?
It's been great. HEB works on my schedule very well, and they're they're extremely supportive.
Nice.
And having the job security, especially whenever times are tough.
Right.
Whenever the fall and the holidays hit.
Yeah.
70% of the venues in Texas are outside, so the weather can shut them down. And within 24 hours of the show.
Yeah.
So it's great having that and having the flexibility of being able to request off not just specific days, but also specific times of that day. So if I still want to work a shift and then play a gig that night, as long as it's in town, then they're usually pretty good about scheduling me a full shift during the day, and I'm off in time to go play my show.
That's great.
And that being said as well, I'll have time to go back and write or plug in and try to hone my tone in the endless search for tone, if you will. And all that stuff. So it's good in a lot of different facets.
Yeah. So you've just checked off this mark on your box of going on the road with the band. What would be the next thing you'd like to see happen for yourself in your career?
Well, we're about to put a single out in April.
Nice.
And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to infuse ourselves in other markets that are in between here and back home, as well as, just Illinois is one that I played last year. And, and it would have been great to have been able to establish myself in other markets
along the way.
So I think what I'm trying to do now is get venues that it's not where you have to drive 7 or 8 hours from one show to the other.
Yeah.
And it's a long way to get outside of Texas to anywhere.
Right.
And so you got to break it up because it's me driving most of the time.
Okay.
So I don't feel like driving through the night to make a gig the next day. I'm not going to do that situation.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not a young spring chicken like I used to be. So just establishing myself in markets that you know, instead of just like the fingertips of your hand,
right?
Just the whole hand. You know what I mean? Like, you know, have a good coverage.
So I remember in high school you played. I've been trying to think like to what extent. I can't really remember back that far. I just remembered that you played. So is this something you knew you always wanted to do? You wanted to be a full-time musician?
I always wanted to be a guitar player, for sure. And so I studied Slash and Zakk Wylde and Dimebag Darrell, and I wanted to play rock and roll or metal. I didn't ever expect to be a singer-songwriter.
Okay.
In the sense that I am now. But I always knew that I wanted to be a musician.
Uh-huh.
You know, I knew that's what I knew that I was gonna be a part of my life for the rest of my life.
Were there other people in the house that played? Was music a big thing?
It was a big thing, but I was the only one that really played.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was a lead singer of a band for a little while, but he stepped away from it just to do some other things. But there was always music playing in the house over the stereo.
Yeah.
Or every time we go on road trips, you know, my mom would always throw in a new CD that had just come out or something like that. And my brother introduced me to a lot of really cool music, and his friends had a wide variety of musical tastes as well. And so I got a chance to kind of absorb some of that too. So it kind of got me interested in it.
Big brothers can be good for that. They're not good for a lot of things, but they're good for maybe giving you some music.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just a jab at my big bro.
I know what you mean. I'm with you right there. But yeah, my mom, so everybody in my family, in one point or another, it seemed like everybody in my family dabbled in playing music. But as far as going professionally, I'm the one that went that direction.
Have they been supportive of that, or was there ever any pushback about not doing the practical thing?
There was for a little while from my father, but
dads are good for that.
Dads are very good for that, and he just wanted. It wasn't so much like you need to stop doing this and get a real job. It was more so, if you're going to do this, you need to take care of the other parts of your life.
Yeah.
And make sure that you have a balance, that you're going to be able to sustain yourself.
Right.
And then do this in a very reasonable capacity.
Yeah.
And it's just grown organically since I started doing it, and I've made a lot of mistakes that have taught me the right ways to do things.
I think that's like the major way how to learn.
Yeah.
You know, because you have that experience that you tried a thing. It's one thing to take somebody else's recommendation, but you're like, well, I don't know. Maybe if I tried it, it'd be different. Yeah. So, you definitely got to touch the fire sometimes to learn that it's hot. What happened that turned you into a singer-songwriter?
Back in about 2010, I was bandless. I didn't have any lead singers hiring me to play bass or guitar or do song swaps or anything like that. Really, I'm glad they didn't hire me to do song swaps, because I only had like 5 original songs back then.
Yeah.
So I got tired of not having any work.
Yeah.
So I got my friends together and I said, look, we're just going to play my stuff. And I had 5 original songs, and I filled it in with covers, and I got bands to open for me, and I paid what I could, and that was about 13 years ago. And I still stayed as a sideman up until about 2013, 2014, when I finally looked at my schedule and realized, okay, I actually have a full schedule of my own shows and my own gigs, so I don't really need to worry about anybody else calling me anymore. And I'll still go out and play guitar for a select few people that I like.
Yeah.
But basically it was just a driving force of, I am a professional musician, but I have nowhere to play music and nobody to play music for, because nobody's hiring me. Nobody else is getting gigs. So I was like, all right, I'll do it.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yep. That's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't even think I play any of those 5 songs anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. That means you've been writing enough to keep it going.
Definitely have evolved. So,
yeah. What's your writing process like? Do you have one? Is it just whenever you can get a piece of paper and a pen? You like to do it in the morning?
A lot of times, if I just hear something like, I'll hear a melody in my head, I'll hear like the music, and then like a a dancing melody on top of it that could represent a vocal line, if you will, or even just a signature lick or something. And so I do my best to try to like hang on to that in the old noggin until I can get to a guitar and actually work it out and try to at least hold on to the idea and just stockpile them away on voice memos or something like that, and then try to revisit if I can, and just try to create something out of nothing is not necessarily hard to do, but sometimes it's a lot better than bringing something to the table already. Because if you can stay locked up on the same idea for a long time, and then there's no point in beating a dead horse. If you're not getting anywhere on it, you need to move on.
Do you do any co-writing?
I certainly do. I'm very proud of the past couple co-writes that I've had. I'll probably wind up playing one of them tonight, actually. I wrote a song called Rocket Fuel with my buddy Parker Chapin.
Okay.
He lives in Lockhart now. But this most recent one that I did was middle of last year, and it's the proudest one that I have.
Okay.
I'm about to name drop really hard right now, and that's
do
fun.
it.
So my buddy Ted Russell Camp lives out in LA, and he is the bass player for Shooter Jennings.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he has his own solo career as well, and he tours worldwide. He's a great guy, great friend. He calls me every time he comes through New Braunfels or Austin and whatnot. And if I go out to LA, I hit him up, and that's only happened once. But if I ever go again, then I'll know that I'll be able to hang out with him. We finally were able to get one down on paper back in June, and that's after knowing each other for about 8 or 9 years now.
Okay.
We never had a chance to really sit down and write, and we finally dedicated that specific chunk of 5 or 6 hours. We're gonna do this, or
you set the intention. You made the time.
And so we went back through. I just started playing a guitar line and started messing around. He said, "What's that chord right there?" And I was like, "It's this. You do that?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Just trust me. Let's just stick with that for a second." So we stuck with that. He was going through his, some other stuff that he had, some lyrics that he had written out, and we came up with a song called "Another Mile to Go."
Okay.
And he gave me permission to kind of tweak it after we had did the initial stuff. Sometimes you want, you go through growing pains with some songs at first till you find the
sweet spot.
Yeah, and so that's what I did, and I sent him what I did with it, and he said he loved it. He said, "Keep it that way. Let's just leave it alone." And so I finally got one on.
Nice.
I finally got to write with him, and was very excited whenever that happened.
Is that going to be on either of your next projects, or just released was it released as a?
I haven't released.
Okay.
I haven't released that one yet, and what I've got that I am releasing coming up is a record that I did back 2017, 2018.
Okay.
And I got it done, but it was the case of I have a record, and now what the hell do I do with it?
Yeah.
And I didn't have a team in place to kind of help me with everything, and now I do. Okay. And so it was already mixed, mastered, and ready to go. And so I was like, let's just leave it in the can for right now. Let's not rush this, even to the tune of a few years. Well, it turned out that way because COVID halted everything. But now it's back into play, and I got a good group of people that are very, very kind and generous with their time and their efforts. Nice. and they're helping me out right now, and I'm very excited about it and can't wait for it.
Do you have one company that has a team of people that are helping you, or do you have a different person that's doing every little thing for you?
Different people doing different things. I've got a publicist that I actually been talking to her since November, but I just now finally met her on Sunday in person because she lives here in Murfreesboro. And got a buddy who manages another band back in Texas, and he's helping me out, pseudo-managing, I guess you could say, not full-on. So don't worry, Sun Valley Station, I'm not taking John Paul away from you. It's okay. He's helping me out a lot, and then our mutual lovable friend Bob Driver III.
Aww.
he did the artwork for the record, and he's helping me out with that, and so we're getting all that squared away, and we're gonna hopefully get the whole package situation taken care of, ready to go by the middle of March.
Nice.
And then unleash it onto the world.
Nice. What does it feel like to have a team of people helping you, from going from a DIY, do it yourself all the time sort of thing, and then now you like can take that hat off, so to speak? How does that feel?
I know how people feel when they say to this person, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you did for me. You will never understand how much it means to me that you have support. You support me in the way that you do.
Right.
And it's a very eye-opening experience, and you just all of a sudden you just become emotional about it, because you're like, you guys really care about me, man.
You like me. You really
like me.
So what would I might have already asked this question. I feel like I did, but maybe I didn't. What did you want? What's your big dream in your music? Did I ask that yet?
No.
What's your ultimate, like, if you could ask for whatever you wanted out of your music career and get it, what would that be? What do you want?
Go as far as I can, as high as I can up the ladder.
Okay.
And reach as many people as possible, and being able to support myself with music, and being able to support my guys.
Yeah.
Come on the road with me, and just being able to actually play and not have to worry about doing all the little details anymore, that kind of stuff. But get to a point where I'm able to reach that goal.
Yeah.
Reach that pinnacle, if you will. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it.
Yeah, it's the top.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get into this for the money.
Yeah.
we get into it because, first off, it's fun, but then it's like you get kind of hungry for it. You know what I mean? You want to play, and you want more and more people to show up, because you feel like you can make them party. So you want them to party with you.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the it seems like a terrible answer, to be honest with you, but that's the answer. You want to go as big as you have space to hold. Yeah.
That's an answer. That's a great, like, there's no wrong answer when someone asks you, what do you want?
That's true.
There's no wrong answer.
That's true.
So if you weren't doing music, though, what do you think you'd be doing? Do you think you'd dive into the HEB? You think you have some other hobby, skill, talent, ability that you would nurture and grow?
I'd be a professional chess player.
Oh.
I'd be in the same boat that I am right now as a musician, so I'd have to work at HEB, yes. So, inadvertently, yes, I would work at HEB probably.
But then play chess on the side instead of music.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I already do that, too, so.
Well, they got chess rock stars, too.
I'm down.
Nobody knows who they are, but unless you're in the chess scene. What is that? Bobby Fischer. Mm-hmm. That's only because there was a movie about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known it, probably. So how much longer are y'all in town? Is this your last gig, and then you head out tomorrow?
We got to roll out tomorrow morning.
You got gigs going home, or are you going straight?
We're playing in Fort Worth on Friday night, but I figure we might as well just make tomorrow our drive day, since we don't have anything in between.
Yeah.
And that's fine by me. I need to give my voice a rest anyway, every once in a while. So we'll drive straight through to Fort Worth, get there tomorrow night, and then we'll just bounce around Fort Worth until we play tomorrow night, and then we head back down to Austin on Saturday.
Okay. Cool. So we're going to wrap it up here real quick, but you've been in Nashville enjoying the local fare, the
Absolutely.
food. What would you say has been your favorite thing so far?
I mean, I'm a sucker for hot chicken. So
are you a Hattie B's or a Prince's?
Well,
that's the whole thing. Have you tried both?
I have. The first time I had hot chicken was at Prince's, and apparently it was at the original location, and it was immaculate. I haven't been back since, but I've had Hattie B's 2 or 3 times, over the years that I have been back here. The reason why Hattie B's works out so well is because it's close to, it's in Midtown, and so a lot of stuff that I do is in Midtown whenever I come here. So I also like the selection that Hattie B's has.
Okay.
And their sauce is really good as well.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of extras.
How high up on that pepper meter are you?
Oh, nowhere near the top.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, I'm all the way at the top.
No, my bass player got, I think he got like the hot, and I'm like a mild and medium guy, just because I like flavor. I don't want to eat something and then all of a sudden I feel like I just burnt my tongue off.
I have fun with food. I don't want it to be unfun.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets to a point of like, that's not fun. I don't understand why y'all do this. Like, it's not fun.
And also, like, if I'm hungry, I don't want to have to wait like 5 minutes before I can actually like, take another bite of something.
Now, Nashville barbecue, Texas barbecue.
Come on, Texas barbecue.
Okay, I mean,
I don't even bother with barbecue when I come out here. No offense to everybody that's out here cooking barbecue, but no.
Where were y'all with the picture of your guy getting emotional over how good it was?
I wasn't going to say where I was because I didn't want to give it away.
Well, you don't have to put it on the air. You can just tell me.
Well, yeah, I mean, the T-shirt's in the background. All right, we'll just say it. It's a place called Big Al's.
Okay.
And it's some of the best food you'll ever have in your life. And,
what kind of fare?
It's just home cooking.
Okay.
My bass player got the chopped steak with a fried egg on top, grilled veggies. I got the meatloaf special.
I was about to ask, does they have a meatloaf? Because I'm a meatloaf gal. Is it a good meatloaf?
Yeah, it's a great meatloaf.
Okay.
It's the best I've ever had.
Ooh.
And then my drummer, if you notice, he's the one on the right side of the picture. The
having a real great time.
He took one bite of the burger and he stopped. And he was like, bro, you okay? He's like, this might be the best burger I've ever had.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go twice.
I don't say that lightly.
Yeah,
it's great. And yeah, they had no idea. And I've only been there once before, and I'm like, look, we're gonna go. We have to go. You have to have this at least once.
Yeah.
And
you have any other on the road must eateries? Just like any of the places that you've traveled and been.
Oh yeah, okay.
Kind of hidden gems.
If we're gonna do that, then Little Rock, Arkansas. Are
you talking about Craig's Barbecue?
I'm talking about Sticky's Rock and Roll Chicken Shack.
Oh, okay.
We stopped there on the way out, and we'll probably stop there tomorrow on our way back. And they have a lot of different flavors that they put on the chicken tenders, but they also have a lot of different dipping sauces as well. And it's a really good selection. And then Bob Driver III comes into conversation yet again. I was on the way back from Illinois, and I was headed back south to DFW. Popped in St. Louis for a little while. Said I've never seen the Arch in St. Louis, and I've only driven past it. Like, I don't care, I want to be a tourist. So I went.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
And then he said, if you need a lunch recommendation, you need to go to Hodak's. Hodak. Apostrophe S. Note the apostrophe. And they have this stuff called sticky sauce. And they put it on the wings. Okay. And then they put the wings in the broiler after, they fry the wings first, of course. They put the sauce on, then they put them in the broiler so it makes them a little sticky. Some of the best sauce I've ever had in my life. And I bought a bag of it. And it came like one of those little bag containers. You just kind of squeeze it out. We still have yet to make any wings at Bob's house, but it's on the agenda.
Yeah.
Like, the sauce is still good, so that's in the works in the near future. Then out here, Monell's is a place that I like going to a lot.
Okay.
You ever been there?
Not yet.
They do everything family style, so they'll sit you down, and if there's 3 chairs available at a table with 7 or 8 people already at it.
You just sit down with them.
You're just sitting down with them.
I love that.
They bring everything out family style, pick it up, pass it to the left, and then they just keep bringing it until you say you don't want anymore.
Okay.
And they have 3 menus. I think they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's pretty much it. Sometimes they might have a brunch menu, but it's really good too.
I have learned now twice the hard way that if you have a food destination, like on your route or something like that, make sure they're open that day.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Especially when you have to go, out of your way 30 minutes. It's worth out of your way 30 minutes if they're open.
Yeah.
That's happened to me 2 or 3 times now in the last couple of treks back and forth here. Once was because it was supposed to be open, but they were closed for remodel, so that wasn't a thing to even think. But now I know I'm going to call all the time, every time, no matter what. Because they changed their hours, but that's not posted, and they decided to be closed on Mondays now, but that's not posted.
And they might not have enough staff these days.
Exactly. So I think I've learned that enough now to know that, like, let's call and make sure first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you got coming up, or that you're excited about that you want to share with folks?
I guess just where to find me.
Yeah.
Find me on Spotify, on Apple Music, and everywhere that music is digitally pirated.
Yeah.
These days. And AustinGillamMusic.com. Austin Gillam Music on Instagram. And Austin Gillam on Bands in Town. And that's AustinGilliam, as in money. And the way I say it best is the capital of Texas and William, but it starts with a G. So hopefully you remember it that way.
That's pretty good.
Appreciate it.
Well, thanks so much, Austin, for squeezing me in before this last show in town. And,
20 years after the fact, right?
Yeah, how great. How fun to see what we're doing.
I know, right?
Yeah, awesome. I definitely didn't know I'd be here right now.
I didn't.
Where I'm at.
I didn't know
life.
I'd be here either.
Yeah.
I know. If you had told me whenever I was younger, like, you're going to be here doing this, I was like, no.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm going to stick around and watch you play, if that's okay.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. There are few people who graduate high school knowing exactly what they're going to do. Most of us stumble around for a while until we hit on the thing we think we can pour our life into. When it comes to Austin Gillam, he might have always known that music would be a focal point of his life. However, it took almost 20 years for him to realize to just what extent. Austin is a professional musician with a side hustle, not the other way around. The difference is important, and so is the journey to get to that place. Thank you for being here to listen to Episode 9 with Austin Gillam on the Doers of Things. I just want to remind you of the value for value model this listening experience runs on. My current pledge to you is to never have sponsorship ads or corporate commercials. I also have no plans on creating tiered content or a subscription fee that prices people out of the experience of hearing their fellow humans share their stories. All content is for all people all the time. I can do that with your help as a producer of the show via your time, talent, and treasure. So if you enjoy the show, please consider becoming a producer to whatever level you can. Head on over to thedoersofthings.com in the Donate tab to learn more about how you can jump on board. Until the next time you tune in to the Doers of Things, I'm Mary Brett saying, let necessity be the mother of your invention.